Next, what we're going to do is we're going to sample another sound that I have, and this one is not a beat, it's more of like some string chords. This is what it sounds like. And so we're going to sample it, and then we're going to slice it. I'm going to move over to track 2. This time I'm going to change, so right now track 2 is set to a static machine. We want flex so that we can sample. I'm going to double press on playback, back arrow to the machine list, down arrow to select flex, forward arrow to go into the sample slots area, and I'm going to arrow up until I get to R2 recorder 2, which again is the one that's preset for track 2 naturally. Select it, hit no to exit, and we're ready to sample again. So now I'm going to press function record. The length I want to set to 32 using encoder C. The loop I want to keep off using encoder F. And the sampling trigger, I'm going to keep it as 1 so that I just have to press the record button once and sampling just starts again. Holding track 2. Okay, I think that was better there. So, no to get out, track 2 and bank to hit the editor. So instead of playing this sound as a loop like we did for the beat, what I want to do is I want to slice it up so I can just rearrange how things are happening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the slice section. And again, using the F encoder here to zoom in, and the level encoder to move along to where I want to play, I'm going to start placing some slices. To place a slice, I hold down slice and yes. That brings me up to the slice menu. Add slice here, yes. There we go. A little bit too short, so using C, I can edit the end point. And A, the start point. But note that when I move the start point, it also moves the end point, so you want to be aware of that. That sounds good, there we go. Now I want to create another slice. So using the cursor with the level, I move out. Right now I'm in the slice that I just created. Moving level, I move out of it and move on to another part of the sample. That sounds interesting. So I'm going to place a slice here. Slice, yes. Add slice here, yes. Using C to put the endpoint. And function yes to keep listening and to make sure that this is what I want. I want to have a little bit more of a tail there. The E knob allows you to scroll through the the zoomed in waveform, and the D knob zooms in terms of amplitude. So, because it was like this before, it was hard to see that tail, so I zoom in a little bit. Now that's easier. Right there. Level to move out of this slice. And that's the last slice that I'm going to do now with a different chord. Slice. Yes. Add slice here. So there we are. We've now set the slices. I'm going to hit no to exit the editor. But how do we play the slices? So first of all, we need to set the machine to slice mode so we can see the slices. Function arrow. It gives you the different types of playback options and display. Slices. So we see there's a bunch of slices. But that's not the slices that we played, and the sample keeps playing. That's just triggering the sample. What we need to do is enable slice playback in the machine, which I forgot to do when I set this up. Double press on playback, and you can see there, slice is off. Using the B encoder, I'm going to turn it on. These 3 steps light up, and this is my slices. This is how I can trigger them. That slice 2 is a little bit longer. No to exit. And now I'm going to place some trigs to play the slices. Record mode. But that's all the same slice. How do I change it? By using parameter locks. So I hold down the step that I want to parameter lock. Encoder B is going to set the slice that will play. So here it's slice 2, followed by slice 1. That has a very different feel than the original sample. So now what we can do is we can add effects. Editing a filter here. I can also reverse some slices. I'm going to go back to the editor, track 2, bank. Let's say that I want to reverse the third slice. So this is what I can do here. You see the slices playing there. Slice, yes. Can reverse the slice. I'm going to edit the start point there. And there we go. But now I have this channel taken up by this sliced up loop. What if I want to use that somewhere else? Well, this is now the time for me to show you how to resample. So the resampling isn't sampling an outside sound source, but rather it's going to be resampling track 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use track 3 to record what's happening in track 2. And to show you, I'm going to now mute tracks 1 and 2. So we're not hearing any audio. However, we can still resample. I'm going to move out of slice mode. Back into tracks. I'm going to double tap. I'm going to double press on playback. Back arrow. I want to have a flex machine here. And I'm going to press recorder 3. I'm going to select recorder 3. But now, instead of just sampling incoming sounds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a sampling trigger in the step sequencer so that I have the exact length. Because I know exactly what it's going to play. I want it to sample in sync with what's playing. I'm going to press function record. I'm going to turn loop off again. I know exactly how much I'm going to sample. It's going to be 16 steps. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a sampling trigger. To do that, I need to enable record mode for the step sequencer. Of course, I want it to start sampling on step 1, and it's only sampling for 16 steps. If I leave the trigger like that, though, every time that it loops back, it's going to start sampling again. I just want it to sample for 1 bar and then stop recording at all. To do that, I'm going to press function and step 1. The color changes to yellow, showing that this is a one-time trigger. I'm going to hold it, and you can see that source 3 is highlighted. So first of all, I have to set what I want to sample. Not track 1, that's the beat. I want to sample track 2. So now I'm going to hit play, and that's going to start the step sequencer running. And because there's the trigger here, the sampler will also sample. We see that the step sequencer is running, but the sampling action only happened for the first 16 steps. Time to hear the results. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this sampling trigger. You have to press a few times as it cycles through its different states. No to exit. Let's see if we have some sound in here now. Yes, we do. That's what was playing in track 2. And it's been sampled exactly for how long it needs to be. Now I can unmute track 1. If I mute track 3, we only hear the beat. track 2 is where the sound was originally, but I don't need that anymore because it's all being consolidated into track 3. And now I can do my own things here with track 3. Adding a delay effect, for example.